Hey, what's up, people? This is for Skyrim, aka Ace from ConsoleControllers.com. Back again for another Skyrim session. Okay, I believe this is number 5. Making some progress, right? Um, I got a lot of stuff to talk about in this video. It seems like every week there's no new information. Well, it's not that much new information that's been released, but I still find stuff to talk about. So, having that said, I'm gonna go ahead and brush up on something I mentioned in my last video real quick, which was basically I thought this right here, this structure right here, because it looks like rocks right here. I thought that was a cave, you know, and I just wanted to give you guys a better idea of what I'm talking about in case you guys didn't know what I'm talking about. So I got two pictures right here just to show you guys an idea. Hold on one second. All right, this is one. So this is the same general idea. There's water, a bunch of water, and then the water goes into the cave entrance. Here's the cave entrance. It's a huge cave entrance. Now this one in particular, the cave starts right here, like literally right here when you actually get to it. But I would really want to see the water go in a little bit more until it starts to get dark, and then you see a little bit of land. Also, let's go to this next one. And it's just an idea that if you get a little bit deeper into the cave, you'll see what it looks like. And I really think Bethesda could play around with that if they do include it in the game. So having that said, that's what I wanted to say about that. So you guys tell me if that's a good idea. If you think that indeed is what you saw in the concept art. So let's go into the rest of the video. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was a topic lingering around in my head, and I was thinking about this pretty much the other day, and I was like, you know what, this can be possible, at least in my mind. I don't know if when you guys played, let's say Oblivion or something like that, if you felt the same way, but I honestly feel like Skyrim can possibly be a survival horror game. Now, don't get me wrong. You guys got to hear me out when I say this. Okay, for one, Skyrim and the Elder Scrolls game and the Fallout games, they always seem to have this sense of like realism to it. Like when you're running around the world, Bethesda does a good job of making you feel like the game is real life. You know what I'm saying? Making you feel like that's your character, and you're actually either watching a movie or you're playing real life or something like that. So, having that said, some of their games could get brutal. As a matter of fact, I was just playing Oblivion the other day, and Oblivion, like, I was doing a quest, and I don't like the fast travel. So when I got to the place, I think it was the Azure Shrine quest. I did it, I beat it, and it was time for me to leave. So I was going to head back to the city, and then all of a sudden it started to get dark and stuff. Now that was like one of the first times I really played at nighttime because I was just caught out there because I just got through doing a mission. So I didn't sleep or anything. It started, on my way back to the town. It was already like what, like you know, 6 o'clock or something. So the sun was starting to go down. So, anyways, when I was in the woods, like I kid you not, there was basically. All right, let me paint a picture for you guys. I had a torch in my hand. I'm running around, just trying to get to just trying to get to the city as fast as possible, you know. And it's like I was telling my buddy the other day. It's like an opposite effect. When you have a torch in your hand, you can see what like the little bit in front of you, just a little bit in front of you. But outside of that, like 10 feet away or something like that, it's pitch black. Like you can't see nothing. So I'm running around and running around, like nothing. Like it wasn't nothing going on, nothing going to happen to me, and like I'm Mr. Macho Man or something. And all of a sudden, a imp shot electricity at me. But when he shot it at me, I could not see him at all. All I heard was a bolt of electricity. Having that said, I was playing with my headset, my headphones on, also with the surround sound. So when you playing with the headphones and surround sound, it feels like you're in the game. So all of a sudden, it just like came out of nowhere. It was pitch black. I jumped, like I was like, "Oh snap! What was that?" You know. So my whole point that I'm trying to make is certain instances, certain cases, Skyrim and the Elder Scrolls in general has a potential to be like a survival horror. Like you're out there alone. You have limited resources. You may not have that much potions. If you're playing the game a certain way, if you're fast traveling everywhere, that kind of takes the fun out of it. To be honest with you, that's just me though. But if you're playing it like I was playing it, when you're doing fast travel, you just travel like you're just that person. You travel place to place. Then you may find yourself in certain situations where you're low on resources like potions or if you're a mage, like you may not have magical potions or something. You may run out of magica at a certain point, but pretty much you're in a tough spot. You're in a tough position. So having that said, since you're in a tough position, anything can go. There's no holds barred. And the thing that got me was that in Oblivion, at the level that I was at, there was really not that much hard enemies in the forest. There was not that much scary enemies in the forest, like running around or even in the caves. Like basically, you'll run into like a timber wolf or what else? What else is something? A imp, you know. And that's pretty much what I was running to. Only timber wolves and imps. But given the situation, they always seem to like catch me off guard, like pretty much like surprise me, you know, in a certain way. Like it's pretty much like a horror, like when you're watching a horror movie, like you jump at certain times because you're surprised, like, oh snap, I didn't know that was gonna happen or whatever. So basically, that's what I'm saying. And like I said, Oblivion had just those little small enemies, and they wasn't really intimidating. They're just wolves and imps. But in Skyrim, it's a whole nother story. You got stuff like saber-toothed tigers running around. You got stuff like trolls, forest trolls, cave trolls, dragons. I mean, giants right here. Well, giants though, it's not really hostile, but you guys get my point. Undead, draugrs, skeletons, ghosts, you know. And then on top of that, you probably got vampires and hopefully werewolves in the game. Imagine one of these coming at you. Hold on, let me go back. Imagine one of these coming at you. I'm talking about when it's pitch black at night, or even, not even. Let's say if it's a blizzard, like in this situation, it's a blizzard, but the blizzard is so thick you could barely see like a few feet in front of you, and all of a sudden this monster comes behind you and tries to kill you. And the thing about it is, when you're playing the game a certain way, especially if you got some good sound, I highly, 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 highly recommend you play Skyrim or any of your other games with HD headphones. I mean, I'm sorry, not HD, surround sound headphones. Because the whole point of it is, what you're doing is you're emulating the surround sound, but you don't have to have your speakers loud, really loud to wake up the whole household. So basically, also, you're pretty much getting really high quality sound. Like you can hear stuff. You got the surround sound on. Like I was playing the quest the other day, part of the main quest, when Mancard Cameron was talking, and his followers was right there, and it was dark and stuff. And then I heard some footsteps behind me, and then the dude started talking. So I turned around, like I couldn't hear him fully, and then I turned around, and it was like he was talking to me, and then I turned back around. Like it was crazy. Like the surround sound is really good. Now, me personally, I have the Logitech G35. I could recommend that because it's a really affordable HD. I mean, I keep saying HD, surround sound headphone. So I suggest you guys get that. But anyways, so yeah, if you play it with the headphones, like you're fully immersed. Like you hear different sounds often, especially if you're running around in the woods and stuff. you hear different sounds off in the distance. You like, you turn your head, you don't see nothing, and then you like, what the heck is that? You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's crazy. Then also sometimes, especially if you don't play with no music on, but sometimes even if you do play with music, you hear the music and you're you know, the battle music, so you know it's something trying to kill you, but you turn it around, you trying to find it, and all of a sudden he like like that happened to me. Like a wolf comes behind me, even though I turned around 360 degrees, I still didn't see him, but the wolf just comes behind me and and jumps out at me, you know. So at the end of the day, like I say, Skyrim really has the potential to be a survival hard, pending the way you play it. And I really want to hear you guys' impressions, like on what I was saying. You know, do you guys think that Skyrim has that potential, or you guys think I'm overreacting on certain situations? And if you do think it, you know, or you did have some Oblivion experiences where, you know, you actually like it frightened you, it made you jump or something like that, just like a survival horror game, I want you to go ahead and comment in the comment section and let me know. You know, so you know, just put any ideas or anything related to this topic in the description in the comment box. So let's move on. Um, I wanted to talk about chatting about Skyrim. Um, as you guys know, I have a website, consolecontrollers.com, and the website, you know, it's pretty much starting out. You know, we're doing pretty good for what we for how long we've been in the industry. And the main thing I wanted to ask you guys is if you guys are okay with if you guys want to chat with me about Skyrim. uh on our website we have like a little chat system. Like, it's when you go in, you don't even have to be registered. I would appreciate if you register for the website, but you don't have to be registered. You could just go there, and then there's a little chat thing that appears in the bottom right corner. And on that, I just wanted to ask you guys, like, if you guys wanted to talk about Skyrim, then that's an option. So if you do, then I could set up a day, and like, you know, that like probably like an hour or something, at a certain time at a certain day, and then, you know, we just go in there, y'all, so y'all can interact with me and talk about Skyrim or whatever. So that'd be cool. So you guys let me know if you guys are interested in doing that, and then I try to set up a time and everything about that. Um, Also, I wanted to mention on my YouTube page, the YouTube channel itself, I have a lot of Skyrim playlists that I made. I made one called Skyrim Community, where it's people, you know, that's pretty much talking, you know, like, you know, regular people, like, you know, just me or whatever, or just a regular person just making a YouTube video about Skyrim. They're just talking about Skyrim. So that's that. Then I have another one called Interviews, which I gotta try to work on because I haven't had the time to. But I'm gonna try to put all the interviews of Todd Howard and whoever from Bethesda talking about Skyrim. Then I have another one about gameplay and stuff like that. So my main thing, I was just letting you guys know, just in case you wanted to watch other Skyrim videos, you could just throw in the playlist of your choice and then just let it rock. Um, Also, I wanted to mention on my page itself, I get a lot of comments. I really appreciate you guys' comments. Oh shoot, second time this happened, man. I'm just over here just talking, and I ain't even put on a slideshow. But you know that happens sometimes. I'm sorry, Bethesda. I'm sorry. That's my fault. But anyways, on my page, I have, you know, the comment section, of course, and I have a lot of people talking my comments. Dang, that orc made me want to play as an orc first. But pretty much in that situation, I want you guys to really, like, not only talk to me, but talk to each other. Just talk about Skyrim. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you heard something new about Skyrim, you could post it on my channel. If you guys just had any questions, or if you guys just wanted to just say something, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, here's my character. You know, what do you think about my character? You think I should do it this way or whatever? You know, whatever. You know, just whatever you want to do based on Skyrim. I would like it to be on my page, you know, so we can actually, you know, talk a little bit more too. So that'd be cool. Oh, huge. I've been meaning to put this in my videos too, man. Let me go back. Play. I've been meaning to put this in my videos. All right. So I've been playing Oblivion recently, right? Like I told you guys, and I had to actually get a mod, which was part of Oblivion graphics extender. And what it did was it just added, it's called liquid water. It just made the water look a lot better, you know. And one of the things it did is made the water transparent. Now, and also at the shore, it didn't make it look like in the Oblivion, the water just looked like a line, just a straight line at the shore of it. It just didn't look good. So it made it look more smoother. So the reason why I'm saying that, because right here you can actually see that they fixed that. And not only that, I just noticed this the other time. That's actual plants under the water. You can see through the water now. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy right there. And I think all this is plants right here. Plants right there, all the way over here, and then you see the little shadow part. So yeah, that's hot. You know, I see they improved it, and to be honest with you, I know I'm gonna try to see if I can get a mod that improves it anymore, so I can get the most out of the game. But anyways, I wanted to also talk about. Let's see what I want to talk about. Okay. Also, I'll post bulletins on my page. Like if I just uploaded a video, I post a bulletin. If I am uploading a video, like let's say, I'm rendering a video or whatever, I put that on my page too. I put a lot of stuff on my page, just to let you guys know. So pay attention to your sub box, so I can talk about I can let you inform you guys on my channel and stuff like that. And also check out my like videos, because sometimes I like videos, so sometimes they're really interesting, so I wanted to just point that out. But anyway, let's go back to talking about Skyrim. I just wanted to get that way out the way, so I don't have to talk about it anymore in my videos. Hopefully, I may bring it up from time to time, but I just want to put that main thing out there. But anyways, okay, so there's been some talk recently on the forums that someone supposedly seen in a magazine or interview or something, that Skyrim will have over 250 dungeons. Okay, now the last time that dungeons were even talked about by Tar Howard and Bethesda, they said 150. Now that's a huge difference. That's 100 more dungeons. So what people are saying is they think, maybe he's talking about just locations in general, everything together, all the cities and different small locations and all of that, and it adds up to 250. And there's some people, like maybe there is 250 dungeons, and aside from that, there's these other places like this city right here. That's just a whole different place. That's not considered a dungeon. So if that's the case, my friends, as I said before, Skyrim it has a potential to last a very, 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 very long time. And speaking about that, is on my playthroughs, I don't like to do everything in the game. I already made a video recently on my Dunmer, which is basically, just one of my character builds. I have 8 character builds. Now, having that said, I'm not going to do everything in the game. I'm not going to go to every dungeon on the playthrough, because to me, that's pretty much like spoiling my future experiences. If I did everything in the game, I saw everything in the game, you know, everything is pretty much done. Like, even if I do play another playthrough, it's going to be fun and everything, but it's going to be not as fun. Like, let me give you an example. If I just got through playing when I just beat Oblivion, and I got through playing as a warrior. And as a warrior, I didn't go to the Mages Guild. I didn't do any of the Mages Guild quests. I didn't do any of the Thieves Guild quests. All I did was basically the main quest, and now I'm starting on the the actual Fighters Guild. I'm going to do a couple of DLC quests. It's a lot of other quests, just regular quests in the game that I haven't done. So that type of stuff. And whenever I get to the point where I'm bored, then I'll go ahead, and start a new playthrough. You know, and I know that's going to take a very long time, and you may never get bored with Skyrim, but I may get to the point where I'm like, okay, it's time to start fresh. So let me go ahead and do another one. But like I said, I have 8 characters already made. That was just one video. So expect 7 more videos. I don't know when I'm going to get around to it, but when I get around to it, I'm going to try to do everything before Skyrim comes out. Like all of my character builds. I'm going to try to do that. So, but I think some people was under the impression that was my only character, or that was my first character. That was just so happened to be my first video, but that doesn't mean that's my first character or my only character. So anyways, also, as I was stating a little bit earlier, I beat Oblivion, and Oblivion is kind of like a gift and a curse type of game, especially with the main quest. Okay, with the main quest of Oblivion, I loved it. I haven't played the main quest. I haven't played Oblivion since 2006. And I came back to it and I played it and I actually appreciated it. I went through the story. It's actually, a well-written story, a well-done story overall. It actually made me feel for the characters at a certain point. So, having that said, it's like the reason why I say it's a gift and a curse is because I hated Oblivion gates. Like, eventually, you get to a part in the game where Oblivion gates just start popping up all over the place, and I really wanted to explore. So I'll be exploring, I'll be running around, and then all of a sudden there's an Oblivion gate. So, either I have one or two options. Either I continue what I was doing and then run, just so happen to run into the Oblivion gate. If I do that, I have to fight some enemies that I don't want to fight. I have to the sky gets all red and stuff like that, so it breaks your immersion. Or I could just go around it. But there's so many of them, I gotta constantly, like, I'm annoyed because I gotta always constantly go around Oblivion Gate, or either go to the Oblivion Gate. But for the most part, they were just annoying to me. They got to the point where it was redundant, and I just didn't care for it. So, having that said, I wanted to go through the main quest and beat the game, so I don't have to deal with them anymore. But there's a drawback from that, huge drawback. I did that. I beat the game. It was done. I said no more Oblivion Gates. Now I have the rest of the game to play. That was a very bad thing because I kind of lost my interest in the game after the main story was done. It's like one of those things like, okay, you get to the climax, you get to the end of the movie. The end of the movie is done. It's supposed to be done. So, if there's anything else at the end, it's like it's dragging. It's dragging. Kind of like I just throw it out there. I just say Lord of the Rings. At the end of Lord of the Rings, at the very end of part 3, when the ring is destroyed, they did what they had to do. Then that should have been it. But then they want to show all this extra stuff at the end that drags the movie. So I lost interest at that point. So what I'm trying to say is, I really, really, really don't want, like, that really messed my game up, because it wasn't like unplayable, but it was like, wow, what do I do now? Like it's really over, and I don't know what to do. I have so much stuff to do, but like I don't really feel like doing it. I just feel like the game is over, So at the end of the day, I want to it's like I wanted to just play the game, pace myself, do all the side quests I wanted to do, and then at the end of the day, I finished the main story and then start a new playthrough. But that wasn't the case. I did it the other way around and it turned out bad. So, having all that said, I wanted to know what you guys think. How do you guys play? Do you guys prefer just blowing through the main quest and then leaving all the side missions uh, till after the main quest, after the game is done, and then you actually do your side missions and stuff? Or do you try to pace yourself and do a little of the main quest and then jump on a whole bunch of side missions and explore, and then do a little bit more of the main quest, and then eventually you do all the side mission stuff you want to do, and then when you get to that point, you pretty much go to the main quest and then finish off the main quest, and that's the end of your game. So how would you like to do it? Like I said, I did it the other way and I didn't like it, so I'm going to just do it with leaving the main quest for last, as far as beating it. So that's just a topic I wanted to talk about, because that really bothered me the other day, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. So anyways, I wanted to know, basically, I seen in the gameplay video, the 3-part gameplay video with Todd Howard. I believe it was it the first one? Yeah, it was the first one. When Todd is on a horse, he gets off his horse. He has the 2 spells in his hand. He has the rage spell, something like that, and then he has the detect light spell. When he throws the rage spell at one of the enemies goes in and kills the other guy. But when you first look at it, you just you don't pay it no mind. You just like, oh, he goes in to kill the guy or whatever. But what somebody brought to my attention on the forums the other day. By the way, I am on the forums. A lot of people ask me, is that really you on the forums? Yeah, that's me. But anyways, so he brought to my attention that enemy that he sent on a rage spree actually used a finishing move on the other character, on the other NPC. And that's huge. That's basically confirming that NPCs can use finishing moves on other NPCs, not just well, it's actually not just the character, like your player, but also not just in general, they can use finisher moves, because I know I think I did hear that your character that NPCs could finish off your character, but I didn't know that they could actually finish off other NPCs, and that just adds to the other realism. I really don't like games where the computer can either do things that you can't do. Like, I'm talking about as far as animations. Prime example, like in Oblivion, like let's say, I mean not Oblivion, just say any game, like let's say a person is working on something, like they're cutting wood or something like that, but you can't cut the wood. It just brings up a menu for you, like, but it doesn't show you cutting the wood. Okay, now that's why I say I'm not really fond of games like that. I want to actually do what the NPCs do. If they have their animation, I want that animation, and vice versa. I want the NPCs to do what I do. I don't want me to be the only person finishing people off in the game, but nobody else finishes off people. Like, really? Like, I'm the only one with this crazy ability to finish off people? So that's a huge thing. And like I said, you guys tell me what you think about that. Also, in that same scene, when he got done killing, it was right here. Let me go back. When he got done, like, so the player was right here. He shot the rage, and then he went to go kill the other guy. So when he got done killing him, the NPC came to go try to kill the player. But when he started running real funny, like he was running a zigzag. I guess it's because he saw that the player had an arrow. But my only problem with the way he was running was, he'll run for a little bit, then he'll stop. Then he'll run, and then he'll stop. Then he'll run, and he'll stop. Like, I mean, that didn't look fluid to me. So what I wanted to point out was animation fluidity. I really want Bethesda to tune that up, because in some of the animations that I saw in the gameplay thing that they put out, is that Like some of the animations are not fluid. Like for example, when they cut down that Dunmer from the spider web, when they cut him down and he fell on the floor and he got up, it looked kind of funny to me. It didn't look fluid. Also, sometimes like when the dragon picked up the giant in the air, and he not the giant. Don't look at the giant. Look at the dragon when he flies off. Like he goes up in the air and he flies. It looks funny to me. It looks like it's real robotic. Like it's up, down, up. Like it's like I don't know. It looks fake. Just pay attention to that scene though. When he picks up the giant and he drops him. Don't pay attention to the giant. Look how the dragon moves when he goes up higher in the air and he turn around. So that's what I'm talking about. I really wish Bethesda tuned up on it because, to be honest with you, and even in the actual attack animations, I don't want there to be any pause unless there's a need for it. Like in Oblivion, I was just playing the other day, and the goblins, when they try to fight you, they look very fluid. Like they're fighting you, they're doing all types of jumping, like lunging at you, doing all types of stuff, but it doesn't look like there's any kind of disconnect, you know. So I'm really hoping that Skyrim is the same way, and what I'm seeing is just an early build, because that would be a shame if Oblivion animations look more fluid, not better like the actual animations. It may not look better, but it may look for more fluid when they're doing it. So that's something I wanted to bring up. You guys tell me if you guys saw that too. But that's something I wanted to talk about. So having all that said, I really don't have that much information, as I said, to talk about for Skyrim. Right now, at the moment, what I do is when I come up with ideas, I go ahead and throw it out there and write it down. So when I come back on the next session, I'll talk about it or something like that. I mean, it's some stuff that I also wanted to mention as far as Skyrim, but I'm gonna save that for the next video. Um, and also, you guys just like I say, just keep leaving me feedback. Let me know what's your ideas on what I should talk about. Some people still want me to do like Daedra, Asia videos, like lore. So I'm gonna try to do that too. Um, but I really appreciate it if you guys just like hang in there. And when Skyrim comes out, I'm gonna have a lot of content for you, a lot of stuff for you. So I mean, I guess that's it for this video. I'm gonna talk to y'all later on part 6. See you later. Peace.